Check on the Facebook if I'm live or not.
But we are providing our services remotely. Please don't hesitate to reach out for an updated list of resources and guidelines. We're so grateful to work with you and your families during this ongoing crisis. Call MCB anytime at 1-800-392-6450.
Broadcasting live from the Taunton Federal Credit Union Studios at 14 Church Green, we are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, Hometown Talk Radio.
Hey, there's I posted something. Did you see what I posted yesterday? I posted something.
Maybe.
Well, there's a retired Navy officer who does the Star Spangled Banner. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you can do that or something. You know what I'm saying? I know we're playing it now, but he sings it.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I could show it to you. Oh, I could show it to you on my Facebook. Or you just type in Star Spangled Banner. I mean, I don't know. What would we do?
I don't know. I'll probably show it to me in a little bit. Okay.
What, you talking about the 4th of July?
Yeah, for a few minutes I will probably. Yeah.
It'd be nice
if I get
if you could play that song, that'd be great.
chance here. Like I said, I do have quite a bit to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta play this for the song called July.
Yeah, I know.
The weather was perfect in the nation's capital for last night's salute to America.
I'm just not sure when.
On the White House lawn, President Trump
Yeah,
made
probably.
remarks in which
I'll probably do it last segment, maybe 7:40.
Long-standing
Around there.
monuments.
We are now in the process of defeating the radical left, the Marxists, the anarchists, the agitators, the looters, and people who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing.
Shortly after the president made those remarks in nearby Baltimore,
If you want to
a
type that in
Christopher
your
Columbus
computer,
statue
have it
was
ready to
pulled
go.
down by
Hopefully it'll-
What is it? Let me
protesters.
see.
It broke into pieces, and those protesters then dragged the largest of the pieces over to the waterfront and dropped them into the Inner Harbor. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who've agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention,
I've stopped
we
the
can
show out with
negotiate on
that.
your behalf. We
I
have
know we
helped
just
over
get it,
10,000
but I think
clients
that's
receive patents.
fit.
We also offer services
I really
including
do, Joe.
3D modeling
Stop
and
the show out
animation,
with
Yeah.
demonstrating your
All
idea,
right.
He's
prototyping
off.
Yes.
services, and we use
Talk
state-of-the-art
about the 4th of
technology
July
to
a
show
little bit.
InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people
I mean,
just
you
like
did
you who chose
the stuff
InventHelp
from
to
the
pursue their
station.
idea.
Now we
We
do
are
it, you know what I'm
experienced.
saying?
We are working
Show
for
off.
you. We are
You got that?
InventHelp.
Call us for free
Hold on.
information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
As we told you moments ago, President Trump made remarks on the 4th of July holiday, while presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden did the same. His was an upbeat 4th of July message that was posted online.
Got it. I think I got it on my
You should be able to
Gmail.
play that, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's copyrighted or anything.
President Trump has signed
'Cause I
an
don't-
extension to the
I mean, I know it's from, like, a
Paycheck
sports
Protection
thing, but
that was passed by the House on Wednesday.
don't think it's copyrighted.
The bill
I think we're all right.
extends the deadline trying to apply for the small business loans.
Especially that song. That song is a copyright anyway.
The program had expired.
Star Spangled Banner? I don't think so.
Tuesday,
I don't know.
Approximately
I don't think so.
$3 billion left. It was designed to help companies impacted by COVID-19, encouraging them to keep their workers on the payroll. This is USA Radio News.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world.
All right, I'll play the open and then I'll play that.
On your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines. 800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Two pro sports teams are already looking at possibly changing their names because of racial connotations. Now another one, the Atlanta Braves, are weighing in. Here's more from USA Radio's John Hunt.
With teams in two sports taking a second look at names deemed offensive to Native Americans, the Atlanta Braves have given no indication on whether they're willing to consider a similar change. The Cleveland Indians said they're reconsidering their nickname following the furor over the NFL Washington Redskins name. The Braves released a statement saying the team honors, supports, and values the Native American community, and that will never change. The Braves also said they have much work to do on and off the field in this matter. The Braves have not said if they will continue to encourage the tomahawk chop done at games during the season. The chant calls to stir last year in the NL Division Series loss to the St. Louis Cardinals.
A Swiss zookeeper is dead after getting mauled by a Siberian tiger. A tweet from the Zurich Zoo yesterday said the 55-year-old keeper died at the scene on yesterday. And Joey Chestnut is continuing his reign as the world's hot dog eating champion. Chestnut set a new record at the annual Nathan's hot dog eating contest at New York's Coney Island yesterday. He ate 75 hot dogs, buns and all, in 10 minutes. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Okay.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views
You
of
played the ID, right?
WBF ownership
Yeah.
or Hometown Talk Radio.
You're good. You're really good at
Content
this.
aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Come on, open. There we go. Alright.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news.
As soon as this is
Middleboro
over, I'll
News,
play that,
here
and
on
then,
AM 1530
get to go.
WBBF. Hey,
Start the
Joey,
show.
what's happening?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ring clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the July 5th edition of Middleboro in Review. That was the Star Spangled Banner. We wanted to play that because yesterday was July 4th. Yesterday was Independence Day. The Independence Day of our great nation. We're going to say good morning to Don.
Good morning, Joey. The United States yesterday officially turned 244 years old.
So we wanted to celebrate that with the singing of the national anthem. The Star Spangled Banner, I'm sorry. The Star Spangled Banner. So we have quite a bit to get to today, but let's get to the weather first. The weather in Taunton, 68 degrees, cloudy right now with a chance of rain today, 82 degrees for the high. The Middleboro weather, 69 degrees with a chance of rain, 81 degrees today for the high. Driscoll, North Dakota, 66 degrees with a chance of rain today, 87 for the high. And Driscoll, Texas, 76 and foggy right now with the high being 99 degrees. So that is the weather for today. We want to start by talking about the passing of Middleboro baseball coach Bill Lawrence, who passed away on Monday. He was a baseball coach that guided the Sachems to 2 titles, 327 wins in his 21 years as the coach of the Middleboro Sachems baseball team. He passed away on Monday at the age of 53. He had a great success at the helm of the Sachems from 98 to 2018, and 327 wins, like I did mention, 2 state championships as well. He was also on the staff for the Sachems when they won the title in 97 as well. So, want to our condolences to Coach Bill Lawrence, who passed away on Monday. So, like we said, yesterday was July 4th, Independence Day in America. July 4th was also an important date for the nation of Israel as well. July 4th, 1976, Israel conducted a rescue mission to rescue their hostages from Entebbe, Uganda. We're going to be talking about that today, along with some other things as well. Amazon is opening up a new delivery center in Taunton. We're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about baseball opening day and who will be playing baseball opening day for the MLB. And we'll talk about the Pawtucket Red Sox, who finished their time in Pawtucket as the minor league baseball season was canceled this past week. So we're going to talk about that too a little bit as well. But let's start off by talking about the food pantry, because it is open. It's very important that we keep talking about it because It is open during this time to help serve households in Middleborough and also in surrounding towns like Carver, Rochester, and Lakeville. The Sacred Heart Food Pantry, they are located at 53 Oak Street in Middleborough, and they remain open to both new households and existing households in Middleborough, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Families using the pantry must live in one of those 4 towns. However, income guidelines for emergency food assistance have been temporarily waived by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The pantry has more freedom to help those facing food insecurity. New households need to call 508-947-1717 and select option 2 to register before coming to the pantry in person. Anyone concerned with entering the food pantry should know that all recommendations for maintaining cleanliness and social distancing are being followed and have been reviewed with the Middleborough Health Department. No one displaying signs of sickness can enter the pantry. The pantry's personnel regularly sanitize all surfaces. They limit the number of clients in the building, requiring the wearing of masks by volunteers and clients. They also insist on the disinfecting of hands and wearing of disposable gloves by all volunteers and clients. Anyone with concerns about coming to the pantry under those conditions should contact the pantry at 508-947-1717, selecting option 1 to discuss alternatives such as authorizing and relative to pick up food. The pantry has plenty of food. The Greater Boston Food Bank is confident it can meet the pantry's needs so it can help anyone facing food insecurity during these uncertain times. So it is important to keep mentioning the food pantry because it is open and it is a good source during this pandemic. Your thoughts?
Like I said, you've been talking about the food pantry for months now, right? So it's pretty much started. That's a great service you provide. Anybody listening in who maybe listening for the first time or listens often, be assured that the food pantry is still going, still helping out, still available. You got a phone number you can give them. Prudent information about pickups and everything. It's really good that you say that. It's good to hammer things in sometimes, Remember last year we were doing a lot about hit and runs, and
Yes.
we were talking about that. There was a man who was hit in Brewster. Remember, we talked about that every week. We drove that home every week.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to. It's the only way to get through is to drive it home every week. It's so that's good that you do that.
Yeah, it's important that we get the most important information out to people.
Right. And I'm sure people who didn't know, listening, might help. They might pick the phone up and say, hey, look, things are tough. A lot of people got a lot of pride. They don't want to, but it's there. It's like you said, the most important thing pretty much is they waived all income verifications, Department of Agriculture. So if you need it, we're not going to ask you a million questions. Just if you need food, just sounds like that's like to me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's good. So if anybody is need, call that number. Give the number again, Joe. Just do you have it handy, or did you drop
The
it?
number.
For the
Yes, the number.
Sacred Heart Food Pantry, right?
Yeah,
It's
get
official
that
name,
in
right?
just 1 second for everyone. The number again is 508-947-1717. That is the number if you need to contact the food pantry. Let's take a break. We will be right back But first we want to mention that we're on TuneIn. You can listen to us on TuneIn. Type in Hometown Talk Radio on TuneIn. We're also here at WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM here at 14 Church Green in Taunton, Mass. We are also on Facebook. You can search us up by searching Middleboro in Review, and you'll find us. And we're also on YouTube. You can search up Middleboro in Review as well, and you will find us on YouTube. We will be right back here on Middleboro in Review. When we return, we're going to talk a little bit about the Pawtucket Red Sox and also MLB opening day. We'll be right back. All right.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495. DK Driscoll Removal Services is a company to call to get any cleanup you may need to do around your house done any time of the year. You can call them at 508-725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more, like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal, brush, logs, and leaves. Also basements, attics, garages, houses, and property in general. Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll Removal Services.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Hi, this is Ray Brown, inviting you to tune in to Talkin' Birds, a show about wild birds, birding, and conservation, right here on WVBF, broadcasting from the Taunton Federal Credit Union studios at 14 Church Green. Join us for informative interviews and fun information about birds and birding. It's Talkin' Birds, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9, here on WVBF, AM 1530 and 99.7 FM.
No, Martha?
Next break.
Don't you usually play it twice?
Well, she's closed now, so I'm going to play it once. And I'll mention it on the air, too.
Alright.
That she's closed. She closed on the 30th, right? So,
Right.
alright. And we're back here on Middleboro in Review for the 5th of July. So, Pawtucket Red Sox. They will not be playing this season. Neither will the minor league baseball league. They will not be playing. It was announced on Monday, I believe.
Excuse me, Joey. Is that an official announcement? Could they change their mind once? Because it seems like, I don't know, it's just like they got to be doing the Major League Baseball. It looks like they got to have a season, but is this like official? Is this like?
It looks to be official. I don't know if they can change their mind. They might. Hold on one second. Let me. Your mic wasn't on.
At all?
No.
This whole show?
No, your mic wasn't on the past 30 seconds. So say that again.
No, I'm sorry. No, is there a chance of them changing their mind and having a minor league?
I don't know. I don't know if.
I mean, because it's kind of a hit for us, right? In a way, we were supposed to do this.
It is a hit. Yeah, it's they're canceling the season.
We were supposed to do the games, weren't we?
Believe so. Yes, I believe so. We were gonna do the games. Well, let me read this article here.
Yeah.
This article is from Mass Live.
See how official it is, and is it a credible news source?
Mass Live, yes.
Okay.
There are also other people of WCVB.
Oh, okay. Everybody, yeah.
Providence Journal, New York Times. So, yeah. All right. So let's the New York Times. We'll read the article from the New York Times. So, this article is called When the Farewell Season Was Wiped Out, the Outfield Became a Diner. So, McCoy Stadium, when it was announced, or when it reopened, became a kind of like a diner, like an outdoor diner. So 2020 was supposed to be the Pawtucket Red Sox final season in Rhode Island before moving to Massachusetts, Worcester. Without any games for the fans to attend, the team is getting creative. The long goodbye to McCoy Stadium began in August 2018 when the Class AAA Pawtucket Red Sox of the International League announced the franchise would be moving 50 miles up Route 146 to Worcester, starting with the 2021 season. The news added even more weight when the team's 2020 season, which was also the 50th anniversary of the Pawtucket Red Sox minor league presence in Pawtucket. The club's president, Charles Steinberg, had events planned throughout the season, drawing the memories of star players like Wade Boggs, Roger Clemens, and Mookie Betts. When the coronavirus pandemic closed the door on the season, which was officially canceled this week, leaving McCoy Stadium like the host of a going-away party with no guests. You can read this entire article. It's New York Times. And you can read this entire article. And there's other news websites who are also reporting on this as well. So this is sad news that Pawtucket have probably played their last game in Pawtucket. 50 years. What are your thoughts?
50 years?
50 years. As the Pawtucket Red Sox.
Oh, really?
1970 to 2020. Yep.
But that McCoy Stadium was built in the 30s, wasn't it?
I don't know when McCoy Stadium was built.
Oh.
But 50 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 50 years for the Pawtucket Red Sox.
That's a hit that's a hit for Rhode Island, I guess, their economy.
Yeah.
It just didn't go their way when the negotiations went down. Massachusetts got it. That was that's a great place, you know. We went there a few times.
McCoy Stadium is nice. Yes.
It's affordable for a family, minor league.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
The games are affordable and you can go with family.
Major League is out of whack as far as price. Always has been.
Yes.
I mean, other than getting a couple free tickets from my boss every once in a while, I don't think we really ever went because it's just too expensive. I think we went to a couple Patriots games or whatever, and that was a lot of money. But Red Sox games, oh my God. Oh my God, it's just, what a family of four, what's that got to cost you? $800 after all said and done, after parking.
Yeah.
I mean, the tickets, who knows what the tickets go for? If you're not in the nosebleed sections, yeah, you're paying a pretty penny for them. 4 people, plus if you want to get concessions, plus it's probably $50 to park. And even taking the teens expensive to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So the minor league was a great alternative. It was the same thing. It felt better, the minor league, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it didn't give you, I mean, I'm not knocking the major league. I mean, there's a lot of great players and it's exciting and it's a national pastime. But the minor league, it just seems like it's more folksy in a way. It's not too
family friendly, maybe.
Yeah, it's family friendly. Oh,
yeah.
Wallet friendly for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just have, and even the concessions were a little cheaper. I mean, I don't know what a hot dog costs in Fenway Park. It was like $7 or something stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I think to get a beer was like $9 or $13. I mean, come on. They got to make all that money off you that way? I don't know. They get enough for the ticket. They're getting all the TV broadcasts and all the advertisers and everything else goes with it. I mean, these players are good, but their salaries are insane. And you're paying for their salaries. You're paying for their salaries. Okay?
Yep.
And there was almost, and maybe there wasn't going to be a baseball season because they were fighting over money. What 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, there almost wasn't a baseball season.
Over money. Yeah.
Over money.
So I don't know. You really don't hear
over money and over a myriad of other things as well.
I guess that's the stepping stone to get into the major leagues, and I guess that's, if you want to go to major, you got to pay. You know, you cough up the bucks. You gotta.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's just, years ago, you used to be able to take a family of 4 or 5 to the game. Now it's a mortgage payment almost to go to a baseball game.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the disconnect is. I mean, some people, then you got these people, because they can afford to go, they feel that, maybe they feel, hey, look at me, you know what I mean? I made it. Well, that's great, you made it. I mean, most people can probably do it, but why would you blow all that money?
Yeah. Speaking of the MLB, they're going to be releasing their 60-game season schedule tomorrow. There is some rumors that opening day is going to host the Nationals versus the Yankees. So Nationals versus Yankees on opening day. So that's a good matchup. That's a very interesting matchup to start opening day for 2020. And it is going to be a 60-game season with the schedule being released tomorrow. So let's move on from sports. Let's talk about Amazon a little bit. Amazon is going to be opening actually 2 new delivery stations. One in Middleboro and one in Taunton. Which is really good news because there's one in Stoughton, I believe, right? There's one in Stoughton. and in other areas as well around Taunton and Middleboro, but not one in Taunton and Middleboro. Well, they are opening 8 new delivery stations in Massachusetts to help get their packages to front doors. The company said these openings will create thousands of jobs across the state, and 3 of the new stations will be in the Taunton area. The buildings will be leased, and the 3 closest to Taunton will be at 800 John Quincy Adams Road in Taunton, and the Miles Standish Industrial Park, which is a very good place for Amazon to go into. The industrial park, there's a lot of space there. We've been there many, many times. There's a lot of space.
It's a great place to teach someone how to drive.
Yes, that's
nice.
Yep, that's where I learned how to drive.
Try to keep taking their child to go there. Go there on a Sunday morning, and you don't have to worry about hitting anything.
And there's a lot of space at the Miles Standish Industrial Park, and that is a good place for Amazon to put their new building. On West Street in Mansfield, there's gonna be another one, and on Commerce Boulevard in Middleboro, they are all slated to open within this year. The delivery stations will receive packages from fulfillment centers like the one in Fall River and get them to their final destination. Each can deliver within a 45-mile radius and will deliver thousands of packages a day.
You said it's going to create a lot of jobs. I mean, I understand that, and that's great. But now that they're so convenient, meaning with the extra 3 buildings in the area, what's stopping people from just buying everything there? Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And in a way, people in brick and mortar stores are going to lose their jobs because of that. Because of the convenience. Convenience is great. I mean, Amazon was a good service during this pandemic. Everyone could stay home in quarantine and didn't have to go to the store, and that's great. And now because of that, everyone, I think anybody who didn't use Amazon on a regular basis learned how to use it. So they're saying this is great. I don't have to go to the store. I don't have to deal with parking and stuff like that. And it's just like you got to find the happy balance, because we do have a center of town here in Middleboro. We do have a center of town in Taunton.
Yes.
All these towns around us in Massachusetts and across the country have a center of town. These people,
Mansfield does.
Everybody.
Yeah.
The whole country. Okay? So, I understand convenience is convenience. And I could see the whole concept between, okay, what do I do? I need something, I'll order something on Amazon, or do I go to town and park and maybe get a ticket? So, I know towns need to enforce parking rules, but then is it a revenue grab too? So are they kind of like, in a way, you go to town, so, well, okay, I want to shop locally, and then maybe you park on a meter, and then 10 minutes later, you're a half hour over, and there's a $25 ticket waiting for you. So it's just like, you know what? I'm never coming back here. I mean, if it's legit. Some people park anywhere. They deserve a ticket. They park stupidly. I understand. That's what's part of it.
Yeah.
But if you're in a meter and you're over an hour, and you walk out and everything's strategically placed, the town of Hull's been cleaning up on tickets. When they close the beach, okay, in the parking, people just say, I'll pay the ticket. I want to go to the beach. Cleaning up. People had to park. I mean, the neighborhood people don't want them there. I understand that. But, I don't know. The beach brings revenue into the town. With the restaurants were open and the food vendors and everything else. But in a way, now the people are coming in. Now, okay, you want to park. I'm seeing people parking legitimately on the road. Safe. They park on the side of the road like any town. They walk to the beach. They come out with huge tickets. Some would say, well, we don't want them there, number one. Other people say, well, whatever, I'll just pay the ticket. But they're taking advantage. They're just cleaning up, money-wise. So I don't know. There's going to be a. Hopefully, there isn't a disconnect with this. It's just I don't know. It's just maybe have free parking in the city centers. All your municipal lots, maybe pull your meters and just say, hey, free parking, everybody, come shop downtown. We love you. Come.
Yeah.
If you park stupidly on a crosswalk, or you park next to a hydrant, or you park in a loading zone, here's a big fat ticket because you weren't smart. But to park at a parking lot, and okay, I'll feed the meter, or now you got to break out your credit card, and there's no incentive to come downtown and shop. If you got to pay $15 or $10 to park.
Yeah.
And it's not the idea of paying $10 to park. It's the idea, okay, well, pull your credit card, I'll buy some time, and then for some reason, if you wanted to go eat after you shop, and you come back, and you forgot about, it happens all the time in Boston. Boston makes a lot of money on tickets. It's like a big revenue grab. So, I don't know.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break.
That's my rant.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a few other things before we talk about the Operation Entebbe, which took place on July 4th, 1976. And we'll also have the Today in History's birthdays as well. So, we will be right back here on Middleboro in Review here on 1530 AM, 99.7 FM, here at 14 Church Green in Taunton, Mass. Williams Trading Post is a proven, certified garden center and is the best shop in Middleboro for all seasonal
come in
plants
and tell,
and vegetables.
Talk about
They also
Williams
sell
Trading
gifts,
Posts and thank them
antiques,
for the paper,
and
having
collectibles.
this. And,
They're open Monday through Wednesday.
When they open
10
again,
a.m. to
September?
5 p.m. They open
Thursday through Sunday, 9
September 4th.
Yeah, well,
Call
I'll mention it.
yeah, I
Mention
keep
that
playing the
too.
ads this month anyway.
Yeah.
556
3 months.
Wareham Street, Middleborough. And the number again is 508-947-1598. Their antique shop is
Everyone
not
on Facebook.
at this time.
Everyone in Facebook can see when I'm keeping with the rules of drinks.
No one can see you because no one's watching.
Oh, well, how do you... Oh,
At this point, no one's watching right now. But
well, later on.
later on they will. No one's watching live.
Well, that's proof
That's what I
that
mean.
we're following the rules as far as liquids.
Yes.
From
You know what I
noon
mean?
to 2, right here at WBBF 1530 Taunton, Middleborough, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
DK Driscoll Removal Services is a company to call to get any cleanup you may need to do around your house done any time of the year. You can call them at 508-725-2334. They remove construction debris, metals, railroad ties, tires, appliances, paints, and much, much more, like concrete, brick, asphalt, yard removal, brush, logs, and leaves. Also basements, attics, garages, houses, and property in general. Again, the number is 508-725-2334. Call them today. You will not be disappointed in DK Driscoll Removal Services. Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You can reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Alright, we're back here on Middleboro in Review for July the 5th, 2020. We want to thank Williams Trading Post for sponsoring this program. They did close for the spring, for the end of the spring. June 30th is when they closed. They will be reopened on September 4th, 2020 to October 25th, 2020. And then for the Christmas season, November 27th to December 20th.
Get your Christmas trees at Williams Trading Post.
Yes. We also want to mention some other great programming here on WVBF. On Saturdays, you can listen to Paul Lazarovich and Cranberry Country Journal. He's on at 10 a.m. on Saturdays. He was on yesterday. He had 4th of July program. He's on every Saturday at 10 a.m. And also I want to mention some great programming coming on after us. At 8 a.m. this morning, we have Bread of Life with Pastor Van Cross. At 8:30, we have The Rosary. At 9 o'clock, we have a great program, Talking Birds, with Ray Brown. At 9:30, we have Keys of the Kingdom. At 10 o'clock, we have First Baptist Church of Randolph with Roger Haber. And at 11, we have Musical Odyssey. And at noon today, we have Sounds of the Emerald Isle with Jim Larkin. And at 2 o'clock, to round out the Sunday, is Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Tony Branch.
I like that show. I really do. I mean, it's... I don't know. I've always liked those guys. Because I like the way they go back and forth, and I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just... You always got to listen to different points of view, in my opinion, to have an open mind. You just can't be on one side or the other. You have to listen to everyone's opinion. And then what you do is you take all the information you get and you make a decision for yourself. That's how I've always conducted myself as far as anything to do with any kind of topics and what's going on. But that's a great show. That's a good show to end of Sunday. So Sunday's really busy around here, isn't it?
Very, very busy around here, yes. Let's turn gears to talking about another important event that happened on July 4th. July 4th, 1976. Operation Entebbe, or Operation Thunderbolt. So I'm going to read a little bit about this operation. Operation Entebbe, or Operation Thunderbolt, was a successful counter-terrorist hostage rescue mission carried out by commandos of the Israeli Defense Force at Entebbe Airport in Uganda on July 4th, 1976. A week earlier, on June 27th, an Air France Airbus A300 jet airliner with 248 passengers had been hijacked by two members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine under orders of Wadi Haddad, who had earlier broken away from the PFLB, and two members of the German revolutionary cells. The hijackers had stated objective to free 40 Palestinian and affiliated militants imprisoned in Israel and 13 prisoners in 4 other countries for the exchange of the hostages. The flight, which had originated in Tel Aviv with the destination of Paris, was diverted after a stopover in Athens via Benghazi to Entebbe, the main airport of Uganda. The Ugandan government supported the hijackers, and dictator Idi Amin, who had been informed of the hijacking from the beginning, personally welcoming them after moving all hostages from the aircraft to a disused airport building. The hijackers separated all Israelis and several non-Israelis from the larger group and forced them into a separate room. Over the following 2 days, 148 non-Israeli hostages were released and flown out to Paris. 94, mainly Israeli passengers, along with the 12-member Air France crew, remained as hostages. The IDF acted on information provided by the Israeli intelligence agency. The hijackers threatened to kill the hostages if their prisoner release demands were not met. This threat led to the planning of the rescue operation. These plans included preparation for armed resistance from the Uganda army. The operation took place at night. Israeli transport planes carried 100 commandos over 4,000 kilometers, 2,500 miles, to Uganda for the rescue mission. The operation, which took a week of planning, lasted 90 minutes. Of the 106 remaining hostages, 102 were rescued and 3 were killed. The other hostage was in a hospital and was later killed. 5 Israeli commandos were wounded and 1 unit commander, Colonel Yonatan Netanyahu, was killed. Netanyahu was the older brother of Benjamin Netanyahu, who is the Prime Minister of Israel. All the hijackers and 45 Ugandan soldiers were killed, and 11 Soviet-built MiG-17s and MiG-21s of the Uganda Air Force were destroyed. Kenyan sources supported Israel, and in the aftermath of the operation, Idi Amin issued orders to retaliate and kill several hundred Kenyans then present in Uganda. 245 Kenyans in Uganda killed and 3,000 fled. Operation Entebbe, which had been an operation codename Thunderbolt, is sometimes referred to as Operation Jonathan in memory of the unit's leader, Yonatan Netanyahu. What are your thoughts, Don?
My thoughts, well, Munich was fresh in their minds because the hostages were taken in the Olympics in Munich in 1972, and the Germans, commandos, were in charge of that, and we know how bad it went for the Israeli athletes. So that was on their minds, and they wanted to come in on rubber boats at Lake Victoria, but there's too many crocodiles, they said. So they really had no choice but to do it that way. That was a major gamble, but I think that was a lesson to the terrorists that, you know, they'll do anything they can to get their hostages back, get their people back. So there was a movie, it's called Raid on Entebbe, It came out in, I think, 77. Charles Bronson. Who else was in that? James Wood was in that movie. And Jack Warden, I think he's an older actor from the 70s. Not sure who else is in it, but and a couple other actors that I've seen before in movies. But it's a great movie. It really, if you really want to read up on it or just watch that movie, the movie really gives the whole political thing. And in 1976, the Prime Minister was, who was the Prime Minister in 76? That was...
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it was, I should know it. He was Prime Minister in 95, he was assassinated. Yitzhak Rabin.
Yeah.
Yes. He was Prime Minister in 76 too, at that time. So he gave that, and I think the opposition party signed off on it and everything. This is like their two political parties signed off on it and say, okay, go hostage, get our people home. So, but then was the newer movie, which
7 Days in Entebbe.
Yeah, that came out about 3 or 4 years ago.
That came out 2 years ago.
That was a really good movie. But
that was a good movie too.
But Raid on Entebbe, the one in 1976, I think showed more of the whole political thing and pretty much the planning and everything.
I would recommend watching both movies.
Yeah, watch both of them. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the Operation Entebbe, which happened July 4th, 1976, a very important day in Israeli history as well. So, let's switch gears to July 5th, today in histories. We have a couple. In 1775, the Second Continental Congress adopts the Olive Branch Petition. And in 1937, Spam, the luncheon meat, is introduced to the market by the Hormel Foods Corporation. 1954, the BBC broadcasts its first television news bulletin. And on the same day in 1954, in Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis Presley records his first single, That's All Right, at Sun Records in Memphis. Very, very good song. One of my favorite songs from Elvis. 1971, the 26th Amendment to the United States Constitution, lowering the voting age from 21 to 18, is formally certified by President Richard Nixon. Birthdays on this day. 1810, P.T. Barnum, American businessman. He co-founded Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey's Circus. Two very well-known circuses. Ringling Bros being very, very popular, and also Barnum and Bailey Circus being very, very popular as well. Deaths on this day. In 2002, Ted Williams, American baseball player and manager. So we have about 2 minutes. Any last things you want to say, Don, for July 5th, 2020?
You said they lowered the voting age from 18 to 21.
From 21 to 18, okay. Yes.
There's a push to lower the voting age down to 16. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be an interesting thing to see. I know that a lot of young people want to vote who are not 18, who really want to vote, and I think their voices should be heard. That's definitely a belief of mine, that I think all voices should be heard.
I don't think so. I think, like, in my opinion, I think voting, drinking, being everything should be one age. Period.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so-
I wouldn't.
so
I
make
wouldn't
your
lower
mind
the
up.
age.
So make your mind up. Is 18 or is it 21?
I wouldn't lower the age for things like drinking or anything. That's
No, I'm not saying
No.
that, but I'm saying maybe it should all be uniform. You know,
Yeah.
for everything. Instead
Yes.
of 18, I'm an adult. I can go to war. I can vote, but then again, I gotta wait 3 years to go drink. I mean, I understand why. So then, should the new age of being an adult be 21 now? Just across the board, you're an adult at 21, and then you have all the rights, everything.
Yeah.
At that point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Number two, I think like a non-binding vote for people under 16.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a waste of time, but then again, you'll know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least you know. At least they have a voice of what they're doing. I think, in my opinion, 16, I don't think you're quite there yet as far as life lessons to be voting, in my opinion. I think that's just my opinion. I think 18, I guess, it was 21 in 1971 and went down to 18, now it's, you know? So
Yeah.
why was it 21 all the way up to 1971? But
Yeah.
I think like a non-binding situation, meaning having, if you're 16, between 16 and 18, you can vote, but as a minor, okay?
Yes.
And then, then those votes be non-binding, but at least their voices will be heard. You'll know what the kids are thinking between those two ages.
Yeah.
And then I think as a they do that a lot of times. Do a non-binding, and then they figure, okay, we'll put it up for a vote. And if it's fair, I think, if they think it works out, then all means, drop it. But I wouldn't just drop it. I think you need to test it out with non-binding votes and see how many kids would want to do it. I mean, technically the vote doesn't mean anything, but it does because it's more like...
It's more like the voices are being heard. Yeah. Opinions are being heard.
You know?
Yeah.
Law isn't being moved because of it, or things aren't getting done but at least you know.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a really good... I think that's fair across the board in both avenues.
All right, we have to
We gotta go.
say goodbye. Yeah, so we're a little over.
Okay.
So about 2 minutes over.
Have
So
a great weekend.
we are gonna say goodbye. We will talk to everyone next week on Middleboro Review. Next week, July 12th, 2020. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great week. All right. Now it's 8:03.
You get enough time to play it, right?
I want to be behind. I could play a 3-minute news.
You know what?
What?
Maybe in the future, don't give me the last word.
Okay, yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying? I don't know how much time I got.
Yeah, I know.
You're looking at the clock, so if you don't think you can do it, just end it yourself.
Okay.
You do the last word. It's your show.
Yeah, I know.
Town Talk Radio.
I'll just keep talking and talking. Alright.
5-2.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle
Alright, hey, do you want a bagel sandwich?
is an
I got a
association
new place to
of
go.
combat
A
veterans
bagel
from all
sandwich,
branches
yeah.
of the
Yeah,
United States
okay.
Armed Forces
Yeah.
who ride
Alright.
motorcycles
Are you-
as a hobby.
And then I'll bring that back for you.
Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Our focus